Hey everyone, today I am excited to show you that I am testing every version from the lightweight Q2 for low-end systems to the massive 32 GB BF16 developer model and also smart upscaling trick that works even on 4 GB VRAM cards. Which model runs best on your hardware? Second is how to upscale 2x without crashing your system. And the third one is my advanced low VRAM workflow, which is available for download. HIDream is now fully supported in ComfyUI. The performance has been tuned really well to run natively in ComfyUI. The model weights have been converted into ComfyUI friendly safe tensor files. You can see here how they are optimized for ComfyUI. They have been converted to BF16 format for better compatibility. When you check out the Hugging Face repository, you will find FP16 and FP8 versions of the model weight too. So you can experiment with different options. What's really cool is that it includes all versions of HIDream, the full versions, fast versions and developer versions. If you look at the split file section, there are three main folders. The text encoder folder has 4 models files to download and it's using the Llama 3.18b parameter large language model for text encoding. And we are using that same powerful model in ComfyUI's native nodes too. I want to point out that T5XL has been converted to FP8 along with clip L and clip G. These are the text encoder now labeled in HIDream. The great news is you can actually use the same clip L and clip G that you have been using for Flux image generation. In my setup here, I am using my existing Flux clip L and clip G files. And same goes for the T5XL. I am using the FP8 versions I have already downloaded for Flux. The only new file existing Flux users will need is the Llama 3.1 model for the text encoder part when using HIDream. So let me show you back in the Hugging Face repository where you will find the VAE folder. Inside, you will see the VAE Ceph tensor files. These are actually identical to the Flux VAE files. So if you are already Flux user, you can use that file too. Now, let's talk about the GGUF quantizations of the HIDream models. Moving on, the HIDream full version FP8 Ceph tensors files, which by the way come from the official comfy.org HIDream repositories, are what you'll want to grab. The full FP8 version is about 17 GB in size. Once you download this and have the text encoder Llama 3.1 ready, existing Flux users are basically good to go. Now here is something interesting. The text encoder uses a quant triple clip loader. This is specially designed for HIDream because it loads 4 model files in the text encoder to work properly. And yes, this model is way better at prompt adherence. It follows your instructions much more closely. And that image structure stays consistent with what you are trying to create. So moving on, I'm going to walk you through some tests I ran with different model quantizations, specifically Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6 and Q8 and the full 32 GB model. So you can see exactly how they perform and decide which one works best for your setup. First up, the Q2 model. I tested this one and honestly, the images came out pretty messy. The details were all over the place and it just didn't look great. If you are really tight on VRAM, like say you only have 2 GB, you could try it, but I won't recommend it. The results just aren't worth it. Next, the Q3 model. This one was a big setup. The details weren't as messed up, and if you zoom in, you can actually make things out. It's not perfect, but you can definitely fix a lot of the issues by upscaling the image here. Now, next is Q4 and Q5 models. I compared these side by side, and honestly, there wasn't a huge difference. Q5 might have a tiny bit more enhancement, but it's pretty minimal. If you are deciding between the two, you might as well go with Q4 to save the little VRAM. Then there is Q6 model. This one gave me all the details I was looking for, but interestingly, it wasn't that different from Q5. The jump in quality wasn't as big as I expected. But the Q8 model, that's where things got exciting. The colors were richer and the details were noticeable sharper. It's a solid choice if your hardware can handle it. Finally, I tested the full 32 GB model, and yeah, it's packed with details, but here is the thing. I found that the Q3 model, once upscaled, gave me almost the exact same result. So, unless you absolutely need every last bit of detail, the full model might be overkill. For most people, especially if you are working with low VRAM, the Q3 model is the sweet spot. Okay, so let's look at my workflow. Right now, I have set it up for text to image since that's where HIDream performs best at the moment. Under the text to image group, I have set up two types of upscaling. First is HIDream Upscaler. I typically run about 30 steps with denoise at 0.2. And then next one is HDXL Upscaler, which is a faster alternative for low VRAM users. For the HIDream Upscaler, I have connected everything: the HIDream model, VAE, and text encoder, and passed the text to image output into it. I also added a simple math node to multiply the image size. Default is 2x, but you can go higher. Just know that bigger upscales will eat more VRAM and take longer to process. For low RAM users, I recommend the SDXL upscaler instead. The node structure is the same, but it's much faster. Now, check out this result I generated. So before jumping onto the results, let's get into how to actually set this up in your ComfyUI. So first things first, you'll need to update your ComfyUI installation. And for that, you can go to your manager and update your ComfyUI. Or you can open your command prompt and run, and you just have to type git pull. So once done, let's move on. This grabs all the latest updates from the ComfyUI GitHub repository, including the new HIDream support. So what's cool is they have updated the model.py files to natively detect HIDream models now, and the text encoder is properly set up to handle HIDream's unique requirements. For the model files, here is how I organized mine. So first is VAE files. You can reuse your existing Flux VAE files if you have them. And if not, then you can go to here and download from here and save it in your ComfyUI's models VAE folder. Next is text encoder files. For existing Flux users, you only need to download the new Llama 3.1 file. All other clip files can be reused from your Flux setup. And if you don't have any, then again you can download from here and save it in your ComfyUI's models text encoder folder. Moving on to the next, that is diffusion model. For the last one, diffusion model, you can download from here according to your system's RAM and save it in your diffusion models HIDream folder and place the full FP8 model there, about 17 GB. There is one more point to notice. If you want to use GGUF model, then you can download from here and it will go to your diffusion models folder. Moving on, based on my testing across multiple GPUs, here is how to choose your ideal HIDream version. For 2 to 5 GB VRAM systems, use Q2, Q4 quantized models. Expect basic functionality, quality loss in fine details. For 6 to 8 GB VRAM, Q6, Q8 models deliver best balance, 85 to 90% of full model quality. And for 12 GB plus VRAM, BF16 model unlocks everything. Same goes with text encoder GGUF and Meta Llama 3.1 8B instruct GGUF. Also, clip I and clip G save tensor files will be used as same in quadruple clip loader and quadruple clip loader GGUF. Moving on, when everything is in place, the workflow is super clean. Just 3 native nodes. Load diffusion model, which points to your HIDream file. Clip loader handles all 4 text encoder files, and VAE folder using your existing Flux VAE. So let me walk you through how I set up the text prompts. You can select input 2 if you don't want to manually write long detailed prompts like this one. Switch to input 1. You can use language models to help, and you can add extra words which help enhance it. In my example here, I am using the Florence 2 visual language model to generate these rich text descriptions from images. Normally, I use this for image to video workflows, but these prompts work great for text to image too. And for the configuration part, using full FP16 in the load diffusion model connected to load sampling SD3 node, we will bypass the GGUF model for now. For clip loader setup, bypassing GGUF version again and using safe tensor file node connected to HIDream clip. The base dimensions follow Flux standards. I use 1380 by 768 landscape. The sampler settings are crucial here. Full version 50 steps CFG3 using Unis PC. Sampler simple scheduler. Developer version 28 steps LCM sampler, normal scheduler, no negative prompts needed. And for the fast version, 16 steps similar to developer settings. Switch to input 1. You can use language models to help, and you can add extra words which help enhance it. Like I have added the word as cinematic. It will add after the auto-generated text. So this is the result. You can see the generated image matches my reference pretty closely. As you can see, there is no water and the atmosphere has been changed. And here is the upscale version. It shows even more details. Clear face and background details is more refined. So here is a cool trick I discovered. If the image you generate doesn't quite match the prompt you wrote, don't worry. Just take that image, upload it to ChatGPT and ask it to describe what it sees. Copy that description and paste it into your prompt. After this, change your text switch input to 2 and then run it again. So I tried this and the new image matched about 80% of the original, way closer than before. And after upscaling, it looked even better. The only thing was missing was some fine details like the eyes. But overall, it did a really good job. Alright, so I just uploaded another image. This one has women and some cars in the background. And after generating the result, you can see it matches my reference image pretty closely. And after upscaling the image, gets even more detailed, which is awesome. But here is the thing. If you want to use SDXL upscale, you'll need to disable the HIDream upscaler first and then enable the SDXL upscaler instead. Once that's done, just hit run. As you can see, using the SDXL model, we can also upscale the generated image. And the best part, it doesn't take much VRAM. So it's super efficient. Now let's talk about resolution. To get images in 832 by 1216, we will switch to latent 2. I tried this with another image I uploaded, but the result didn't look great. It came out kinda artificial. First, check your auto prompt because sometimes it adds stuff like digital illustrator, which we don't want here. And disable the auto prompt generator. Disable the auto prompt generator and manually add your prompt instead. If it still looks artificial, don't worry. We can fix that by decreasing the CFG. Set it to 3 and try again. And finally, the artificial look is gone. So that's how you can use this workflow. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Till then, happy generating. Bye bye.